Modern life looks comfortable, food is instant, movement is optional, silence is rare, yet after 101 years alive and decades as a doctor, I can tell you this: modern living is not free. We are paying for it with our bodies, not suddenly, quietly. My name is Dr. Samuel Rhodes. I have watched generations age. I have treated people who lived hard lives and survived, and others who lived easy lives and declined early. The difference was not luck, it was exposure. Let me explain the cost. Cost, number one, stillness replaced movement. The human body was never designed to be still for long periods. For most of history, movement was unavoidable. We walked to eat, we stood to work, we carried what we needed. The body stayed strong not through exercise, but through constant use. Modern life removed that necessity. I watched patients spend entire days sitting at desks, in cars, on couches, and then wonder why their bodies weakened. The decline did not arrive dramatically. It arrived quietly. Muscles thinned, balance faded, blood flow slowed. The heart worked harder to do less. 1 hour of exercise does not repair 10 hours of stillness. The body adapts to what it experiences most. When stillness dominates the day, the body learns fragility. The longest-lived patients did not work out. They moved through life. They stood often. They walked after meals. They treated motion as part of living, not a scheduled task. Movement is not optional decoration for health. It is a requirement. When movement disappears, aging accelerates silently. If you want to protect your future body, interrupt stillness wherever you can. Stand, walk, carry, move often, because the body remembers how you use it. Cost, number two, constant stimulation replaced rest. The body was designed to move between activity and rest. Modern life removed that rhythm. Noise follows us everywhere. Screens glow late into the night. Notifications arrive without pause. The nervous system rarely receives the signal that it is safe to power down. I treated patients whose hearts were strong and whose organs were healthy, yet they were exhausted in ways medicine could not easily fix. Their sleep was shallow, their recovery incomplete. Inflammation stayed elevated without a clear cause. The problem was not weakness, it was never resting. Rest is not the absence of activity. It is a biological state where repair begins. Hormones stabilize, cells recover, the immune system resets. Modern life confuses stimulation for engagement, but constant input keeps the body in a low-level alert state, as if danger never fully passes. The longest-lived patients protected quiet. They ended the day without screens. They allowed boredom. They let the mind settle before sleep. Silence is not empty. It is maintenance. When rest disappears, the body ages faster without warning. If you want to slow aging, defend periods of true quiet. No noise, no scrolling, no urgency, because a body that never rests never fully heals. Cost. Number three, convenience replaced awareness. Modern life made everything easy. Food arrives without hunger. Entertainment begins without intention. Answers appear without thought. Effort is no longer required to satisfy desire. At first, this feels like progress, but over time, awareness disappears. I watched patients eat without noticing taste, quantity, or fullness. They consumed because food was present, not because the body asked for it. Hunger cues dulled, satisfaction became harder to recognize. The same pattern appeared elsewhere. People scrolled without choosing. They watched without remembering why. They filled silence automatically, not deliberately. The body thrives on awareness. It needs clear signals: hunger and satisfaction, effort and rest, stress and recovery. Convenience blurs these signals. When awareness fades, overuse begins. Too much food, too much stimulation, too much sitting. None of it feels extreme in the moment, but the body keeps count. The longest-lived patients lived with intention. They ate when hungry. They stopped when comfortable. They chose how to spend attention. Convenience is not neutral. It quietly removes responsibility. If you want to protect your health, pause before consumption. Ask whether the body is asking or no, or habit is answering, because when awareness disappears, decline begins quietly. Cost. Number 4, comfort replaced resilience. Comfort feels like kindness. Modern life cushions nearly every experience. Temperature is controlled. Effort is minimized. Discomfort is quickly removed. At first, this seems humane, but the body learns from challenge. I watch patients who avoided discomfort become fragile, not because they were ill, but because their bodies were rarely asked to adapt. Muscles weakened, bones lost density. Tolerance for effort disappeared. Resilience is built through mild, regular difficulty, walking instead of driving, carrying groceries instead of rolling them, waiting instead of consuming immediately. These small challenges signal the body to stay strong. Modern living removes friction, and with it, adaptation. The body adapts precisely to what it is asked to do. When it is asked to remain comfortable, it prepares for very little. Strength fades quietly, balance weakens, endurance disappears. The longest-lived patients did not seek discomfort. They simply did not avoid it. They allowed the body to work. Comfort is not the enemy. Excess comfort is. If you want resilience later, accept small challenges now. Use stairs, walk in imperfect weather, carry your weight. Because a body protected from effort becomes unprepared for life. Cost number 5, connection replaced presence. Modern life promised connection. It delivered access. I treated patients who were constantly reachable yet deeply alone. Messages arrived, screens lit up, voices came through speakers, but presence, real, physical, attentive presence, slowly disappeared. The body knows the difference. Loneliness is not just an emotion. It is a physiological state. Stress hormones rise. Sleep becomes lighter. Inflammation stays elevated. Over time, the heart and immune system age faster. I saw patients decline after retirement, not because they stopped working, but because they stopped being expected. No shared meals. No routine that required showing up. No one who would notice their absence. The longest-lived patients were woven into daily life. A neighbor expected them. A friend called regularly. A routine depended on their presence. Human beings regulate one another. A calm conversation lowers heart rate. Shared meals stabilize appetite. Physical presence signals safety to the nervous system. Technology can assist connection, but it cannot replace presence. If no one would notice if you disappeared, the body quietly receives the message that continuation is optional. Connection does not require crowds. It requires consistency. Protect real presence. Your body depends on it. Messages beyond this point are only visible to you. Cost number 6, speed replaced recovery. Modern life is built around speed. We are expected to move quickly, think quickly, act quickly. Time feels precious. We rush through meals, tasks, and even rest. But the body, like everything else, needs time to recover. I saw patients who pushed through fatigue, ignored minor illnesses, and returned to work too soon. They didn't realize that the body cannot heal in a hurry. Recovery is not about taking shortcuts. It requires patience. It requires time. The longest-lived patients understood this. They didn't rush back after illness. They took breaks when needed. They slept until their bodies were fully rested, not just until the alarm went off. They knew that true recovery happens when the body is allowed to return to balance, not when it is forced to continue before it's ready. When recovery is ignored or rushed, the body builds up hidden stress, physical, emotional, and mental. That stress eventually wears down the immune system and accelerates aging. If you want longevity, you must slow down when your body asks for it. Allow it to rest and restore. Don't let the demands of the world push you before you're ready, because the cost of ignoring recovery is a body that breaks down sooner than it should. I am 101 years old not because I rejected modern life, but because I limited its reach. I moved daily. I ate deliberately. I protected quiet. I stayed connected. You do not need to abandon technology. You need to interrupt it. Modern living is convenient, but convenience has a cost. Pay attention to what you are trading away, because the body keeps track, even when you don't. Longevity is not about adding years. It is about avoiding the quiet erosion of modern habits. Live with intention. Your future body is already responding. Take a moment to slow down. Follow for more wisdom on living well.